Good morning, sunshine. So, we're going to make breakfast this morning, and I wanted to go through a couple of things because I periodically, I have a cat down there I'm trying to not step on. Periodically, I have um, different people who will send me different things and ask me, like, did I see it? What do I think on different things? And a lot of them are like ad sponsors for different diets and things that people are coming out. And most of that is marketing, which is understandable. And there are some simple things that we forget about in order to live a healthy lifestyle. Really, you want to eat nutrition, right? So, a variety of plants, whole foods, and not too many of them. And get activity into your day. And that can come in the form of exercise, it can be movement, it can be just physical activities that are part of your day, like gardening, lifting cats. It is an arm workout. In addition to that, there are some things that we need, like really good social connections. And online is fantastic, in person is even better. It helps us with managing stress, which is one of the next things that we have to do to live a healthy lifestyle. And really getting good sleep and then avoiding things that are risky. That's what we need to focus on to live a healthy lifestyle and extend the number of years that we really get to enjoy life. Because if you don't feel good, if you are in pain, living longer life is not that appealing. But if you are able to be active, go out and enjoy your time, totally. It is totally worthwhile for having all those years. Okay, Ragnar, say goodbye. I got to show people stuff. No, I do love you, but you have to go. Okay. So, I put together my normal breakfast, but I put it into a different format. So, this is olive oil that I am going to use to cook my eggs. When I say whole foods and not too much, right? I have a balanced breakfast that's down here. So, I've got my mushrooms and my onions, and you can see these are an 8-ounce bowl. Um, that's mostly full. When I cook it, it will cook down. I'm going to be adding spinach. That is an overflowing because there's a lot of air volume that's in there, but that's a handful. And it wouldn't fit in the cup. But I generally put a handful of spinach into my eggs and then 2 eggs, and that's not even a full cup. So volume wise, if you have this much, mostly plants, to your protein, that's a good balance. That's really what you're looking for. A little bit of fats and oils is fine. But if this is similar to what most of your meals are, that's a good meal. That is a well balanced nutrition plan. And then getting the rest of it is pretty easy. Build activities into your day. So I'm on Strava. I log most of my workouts on there. I say most of them because I forget sometimes to start or end them. Um, it happens to all of us. I'm just saying. Uh, Josiah says, can you do a shout out for my friend Phil McCracken? It's his birthday. Hello, Phil. So happy birthday to you. I hope you are enjoying life and living well, planning on how you can, get the most fun years out of this life. Because that's one of my big goals right now is to be able to get the most fun years out of this life. So I'm just gonna heat up my oil. I had my pan going. I'm gonna get my mushrooms and my onions going. Let that go for a minute. So while I get that warmed up, the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about nutrition wise is hydration. So this is a half-gallon jar and it is filled with water. I am going to be honest with you. I'm bougie. I really am. Water is really good for you. We should be drinking half of our body weight in water every day in ounces. Well, really, whatever you do your body weight in, like, there's a different conversion if you are on the metric system. I'm not on the metric system. So half of my body weight in pounds in ounces is what I should be aiming to drink on a daily basis. So herbal teas, this is a mint tea bag which will flavor this half gallon of water for me. If I am drinking one of these a day, that will make sure that I am meeting all of my hydration needs. So I'm going to put that into my refrigerator because this is the half gallon that I have already started on for today. So that's my half gallon for tomorrow. And I'm going to get another half gallon ready for the day after that. Hello, Ryan. Thanks for joining in. Glad to have you. So we're making breakfast. I've got some mushrooms and some onions going in a pan over here. I'm going to be making a savory scramble. I'm going to be flavoring it with some dill. I've got my salt and my pepper, and we're going to be throwing some spinach into there as well. This is an absolutely delicious and amazing breakfast. But I started talking about how I'm a little bit bougie, and it's going to get even more bougie because I very much enjoy toast with breakfast. So we started talking about like what a healthy meal is, mostly whole plants or mostly whole foods. Hold on. Let me rewind and go back. A well-balanced nutrition plan is whole foods, mostly plants, and not too much. Like, don't get confused by all of the stuff that's going out there. So, this is rye bread. It is made of whole grains. So, we've got mostly whole foods. Which I'm going to toast because I told you, I'm bougie. Okay, I've got that toasting. No, Ragnar. Make sure you're coming. Oh, everybody's coming with me. But savory breakfasts can be absolutely delicious and don't have to take a ton of time. So I'm going to do 1 piece of toast, and I'm going to do a olive oil and balsamic vinegar drizzle on it. And we are going to do a scramble, but it's going to have the mushrooms, the onions, the spinach, and a little bit of dill. It's going to be a really delicious and savory breakfast. All right, I got to get my spinach into there. And all I'm doing is cutting up some of the bigger stems. Because if you get a stem and it's hanging out of your mouth while you're trying to eat, that's not fun. Normally, I would stack all of these up, but I put everything into bowls this morning so I could show you guys the volume. All right. I love a good sizzle in the morning. I'm going to try and bring you over, and let me see if I can flip you around. Because look at that. You should smell it. It is so delicious. So, savory breakfasts are like a game changer on so many levels. Why is that crooked? Can we go? No, you're still crooked. Okay. Good enough. Sometimes you just have to roll with it. All right. And that's ready for my eggs to go in. Normally, I don't pre-crack my eggs. They just get scrambled in the pan. Because honestly, 90% of the time, I'm looking to try and minimize the number of dishes that we have to do. I made extra dishes just for you guys this morning, just so I could show you what the difference in volume is. If you joined me a little bit later, make sure that you go back and watch the beginning of this, because we talk about what healthy diets should look like and why we shouldn't let a lot of the media and the marketing confuse us. So I really only started that 5 minutes or so ago, not even that, because I spent the first part of this just talking about what makes a healthy diet a healthy diet. All right, so bougie breakfast. We have a rye toast, which is mostly whole grains. Ooh, that was a bit much. Drizzle of olive oil. And then we are going to do a splash of balsamic vinegar. I am going to take a sprinkle of salt for my toast, for my eggs, little bit of, you guys will think that I'm lying, but I'll show you in another thing. But I do a fresh cracked ground pepper. And then for my eggs, I'm going to add a little bit of dill. Let me see if I can. There we go. So that is my bougie breakfast. I'm not worried about the eggs sticking to the pan. But it's well balanced. It has mostly plants, whole foods. It is rich in protein. Honestly, this little 8-inch plate is going to keep me full through most of the day. I generally eat 2 meals a day. This is my standard breakfast. And then I usually do dinner about 5:30-ish. And like I mentioned it earlier, but I do workouts on Strava and share them over there. Um, I do a lot of medieval reenactments, and so like I go to various and sundry different activities. Um, so make sure that, if you're interested in seeing what kind of activities this kind of eating can support, make sure that you are following me over on Facebook. I'm part of a lot of different things. Good morning, Jenna. And you can live and be energized on a nutritious breakfast. And it doesn't require a lot of the large portions that we frequently see these days. We just need the right foods. So I'm going to go and enjoy my breakfast and be able to de stress. I'll talk more about that on some other things. The SCA is amazingly fun. Last night we had a chivalric practice slash guild meetings. None of the chivalric people showed up, so it was all artists making things. We made clothes, we made leather things, we made medieval toys for children. But it was a lot of fun. So thank you guys for stopping in. Thank you for commenting and saying hello. I'm glad that you guys were able to get a lot of great tips. And like I said, just if you would like to see what the volumes of these were, go back and watch the full video because there's a lot of really good information that was shared at the very beginning. And with that, I will see you guys next time.